Hi, thanks for coming to Vibe with me. I'm here to do a general love reading for the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius, today I will be doing my messages from your person love reading. Please remember to take what resonates, leave behind what does not. Not all of these messages can fit for every Aquarius out there, as this is a general reading. So Aquarius says, please don't force any messages to fit. Just leave behind what's not resonating for you. Aquarius, if you're new here to my channel, I would love for you to join my community by subscribing to my channel. So if you have not yet done so, I'd be so grateful for that support if you'd subscribe to the channel. Aquarius, we're going to jump in. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. Aquarius. Aquarius. Okay. Incompatible. Interesting. Incompatibility. Let me make up my own word there. Incompatibility. Not making it up, but I read a form of the word. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. Aquarius. Wow. Spiritual lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Twin flame. This is a divine counterpart connection. Twin flames are all about teaching lessons, right? They are very tough. They're not easy. They're difficult. Release, radical acceptance, and surrender can help you let go. Interesting. Addiction. And addiction is affecting this relationship. Okay. I feel like we talked about addiction in your last reading. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, using addiction of any sort as an escapism from the problem or the situation rather than dealing with it. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. I wish I could share my good news with you. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. I do feel driven to say, Aquarius, although this is a reading of messages from your person, partner, love interest to you, that's what my intention for this reading is. Energy is fluid, so you may resonate in a vice versa fashion, where you may pick up as these are some of the messages or feelings and emotions you're having towards your person, partner, love interest. So take that how it resonates for your individual situations. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. Aquarius. I feel a lot of mirrored energy between the two of you, especially if you're twin flames. Like maybe there was this runner-chaser dynamic or a push-pull, and I feel like it's kind of swapped. Like whoever was running is now chasing. Whoever was chasing is now running. Or there's this push-pull dynamic to the connection. Aquarius. Okay, I went through this deck 3 times and I only got one message. So I also, it's respect. I feel like there's a little bit of lack not lack of, but loss of, I want to say loss of respect for a partner, either you for them or they for you, or a combination of the two. I'm feeling this very disconnected energy, grown apart energy, like one of you have good news, something good has happened in your life, but it's like they're not the ones you want to share it with anymore, or you don't trust sharing it with them, or you don't want to share it with them, or you can't share it with them, or you don't want them to know, I feel, or don't know how they would react. I feel like one of you have like this fantastic positive energy, news to share, and you know, like when something great happens, like let's say you won the lottery, or you, not even like something so big. Let's make this more, you know, real life. You get off work early, or you get the job or a promotion at your job, or a raise, or you get the job that you were going after, right? You know how you always want to call like the person you care about the most, your partner, to tell them, or your best friend or your parent, to share the good news with them. It's like this person doesn't feel like, or you don't feel like they are that person anymore. It's kind of sad. I feel like there's been a disconnection here. I feel like someone's seeing more and more incompatibility between the two of you. I feel like this is a picked up energy from the last reading, where it's like there's this couple who's like either spent so much time together, or they're just really been watching all the details, all the small things of the other person, and there's not liking what they see, feeling like they're not on the same page anymore, like they've grown apart. One of you in the relationship, or both of you are using escapism to escape from, not think about the relationship problems, the incompatibilities, the lack of respect, the growing apart. It's like no one's wanting to talk about it. No one's wanting to communicate about it. But there's this big pink elephant in the room, right? You both feel it. You both know it. But neither of you are actually accepting it. I feel like there's a long-term committed partnership, like a very long-term relationship where there's just become comfort and codependency. It's like you guys become friends or business partners rather than romantic lovers. I feel like maybe you guys it was strong. You guys were twin flames, but it was to teach some sort of lesson here. And maybe the lesson has been learned. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest, Aquarius. Also, I was going to say, there's not many messages coming out. I feel like that's because it's just like done, or you're so over. There's not much left to say. There's not much left we can do. There's just not, it's just kind of at that ending point. There's addictions that are affecting the relationship. There's incompatibility. There's a lack or loss of respect. You can't share your news with each other anymore because you're not comfortable communicating, or there's not a communication going on. Aquarius. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. I feel like this addiction has really affected the relationship. Someone has really woken up to this. And I'm not saying it's the person that's not having the addiction that's going to walk away from the person that has the addiction because of the addiction, although that is a possibility. I just feel like, I kind of feel like it could be both of you. Just an example, you guys, you know, both have started drinking a lot. Maybe one of you have been staying home a lot and drinking. The other one comes home from work or something, or you both come home from work, or you both have been staying home. Anyways, there's been maybe drinking. I almost want to say the word drinking buddies or smoking buddies, or it's like become like this friend business relationship rather than, but it's escapism. And you guys are not dealing with the relationship, romantic issues, anything about the actual union and partnership, right? It's all about like, who's going to feed the animals, who's going to take out the trash, what's your work schedule, what's for dinner. I feel like a real disconnection. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me a message for Aquarius from their person, partner, love, interest. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. I feel like I feel like this is the letting go. No one's you guys are both possibly, or one of you is controlling the situation by keeping it together when it's already fallen apart, by staying when you know that there's incompatibility, by I feel like there's someone who's just sort of I'm getting this energy where it's like codependency. So someone could be using finances. Like, well, one pays the bill, most of the bills, so maybe they're saying, well, the other person isn't going to be able to leave because how would they be able to afford going and finding their own place if one's the breadwinner, right? So there could be a financial dependency here. One could just have, like, let's say a lot of material possessions, and it's like, where would they bring them all, put them all, even if they did? I don't know. I feel like there's, I don't know. I just feel like there's children involved. There's material possessions involved. And I feel like there's one person that is using like what they think of as the law or facts to kind of keep the other person there. I don't know, like, I see how this person is like, has a book and has papers out, and they're like, sure, you can't walk away, even though they have the children and they have these, she was like, I'll just take this one thing. But I feel like this one's controlling them, like, well, you can't leave. Where would you go with all your stuff and the kids? There's no way you could afford it. This is just an example. And this person says, well, I know my rights, because the law book, or I know my rights, or I don't know. I feel like there's this that push-pull dynamic. It's like one wants to go and wants to go just peacefully, but the other somehow says things that manipulate. I feel like this there's a very manipulative energy here. They're a smart cookie. And somehow they control the other person to think that they have to stay, or that they're not able to leave. And this person, I feel like one of you has this, like, there's like this lack of confidence, or it's definitely this controlling situation. There could be a bit of an age difference here. Like the more controlling one, the manipulative one, is older. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. That's what's not happening. I feel like this spiritual lesson that's being learned here is for someone to stop being so controlling and manipulative, and the other to open their eyes and speak up. The addictions that are affecting the relationship. So using escapism or self-medicating. It could be drinking, smoking, drugs. It could be shopping too much, gambling, gaming, being on your phone or your devices too much. There's so many working out too much, eating. There's all sorts of addictions. But someone's using it as like escapism, self-medicating, because they don't want to deal with this problem, with the incompatibility, the lack of respect is coming from their feeling like they're being controlled and manipulated, and there's just this dissolving of the mutual respect, the romance, which burned out that flame of the romance. I feel like one always acts like they know everything. They always act like they know everything. They act like they're better than everyone. I have all the information. I know all the answers. I've been there. I've done that. I feel like this person's very, very controlling, very dominant, very manipulative, very, I don't know, I don't like their energy. Someone needs to speak up. The conversation has to happen. We can't, no longer using addictions to escape. We need to honestly discuss the incompatibility, the lack of respect, the controlling issues here. And someone needs to radically accept the situation and have a wake-up call. And this needs to be talked about like mature adults. No more running from the problem or not talking about the problem. It's like this person wants to talk about it and they're not even going to listen. I feel like this is the controlling, manipulative one. Whoever is going to have this wake-up call, this aha moment that this is ridiculous, or we can't do this anymore, or this has to end, we need to have a conversation. I feel like this is that person going to the manipulative one, the controlling one, to talk. Like, let's talk about this, let's try to figure this out, let's work on this. And the manipulative one, look at the face on this card, it's like he wants nothing to do with it. I almost feel like gaslighting, or I hate using these words, or narcissistic. Like they just don't want anything to do with it. They act like you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't like this energy. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. Yeah, I'm clearing my throat because someone needs to clear their throat chakra and speak up, talk, and communicate about the problems, the real problems here, the actual things that are happening between the two of you. The fact that you guys are avoiding problems and escaping, self-medicating, or have an addiction, that's a whole nother problem there. So if you have relationship issues, and then now you have addiction issues, it's just like a spiral, right? So someone's having that aha moment, that wake-up call to take control of the situation and communicate, and someone's not liking it. Hammer: sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. This is, how much more clear can you get from spirit? It's time to put the hammer down, right? Stop sabotaging yourselves and the situation. It's time to rebuild the relationship or your life on your own. No longer being interrogated by the other person, or it's time to interrogate, right? Really get to the bottom of this. No more repeating the old cycle and allowing the situation to continue, because it's not healthy. The persistence of it. Oh, we're going to work on it, but then we don't. Oh, it's like this push-pull back and forth, like a hammer, push-pull, back and forth, push-pull. We're going to work on it, but there's not. It's getting worse. More problems are arising. There's addictions now. The loss of the respect, the incompatibility, the loss of the romance, the not communicating. The dragonfly. Be light-hearted, finding out things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. Things are going to come to light in this heart-to-heart conversation because you guys are going to be honestly discussing your feelings with one another. Be lighthearted, try to be optimistic, hopeful, have faith, and just have an optimistic outlook that you guys can work through this through honest, open communication. But a lot of things are going to come out. I feel like this person's body language, their reactions, their non-reactions, how the whole situation unfolds, the communications, the words that are said, the actions that are taken, the behaviors. I feel like it's going to say a lot and communicate a lot. There's going to be changing the connection, adapting to new mindsets, new beliefs, new ideas, new ways of seeing things, and coming to a middle ground to work through this, to try to gain that respect back and the romance back. Or there's going to be adapting to the fact that we need to go our separate ways. This isn't working out. We're too different now. And we need to have this radical acceptance to surrender and let go so that healing can start. Because you can't heal in the same environment in which you were broken in or hurt in, or that's what they say. I'm not saying that. That's just a commonly said quote or saying. So it's often you need to remove yourself from that environment, right? Cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. This is the repetitive cycle. This is the push-pull, right? Aquarius, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me messages for Aquarius from their person, partner, love interest. Aquarius. Okay then, let's get a hold of these cards. Bottom card really wants to come out. Okay. All right, Aquarius. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. I feel like there's just some... the disconnection, the lack of communication, the being on different pages, the outdated thinking, the assuming and making up assumptions within your mind because there's mental confusion, the lack of knowing because of the lack of real deep conversation, or one always knowing the answers and knowing everything, right? Because they've been there, they've done that, they know everything. The controlling one, the manipulative one, so there's no chance for the other person to have an opinion. I'm looking for a way out of the situation so I can be free. Yeah, I want to go back to this card for a minute. I feel like anytime, see how it's like one's just wanting to talk and the other one is like getting angry and lashing out? I feel like that's this situation, this controlling situation. One is just wanting to talk, wanting to have a real conversation, and the other one immediately shuts it down. You don't know what you're talking about. I know best. I know all the answers. Or they lash out in self-defense. And then it just makes the other shut down. It's this very controlling, codependent dynamic. One wants to have an honest, real heart-to-heart conversation, but the other is just so defensive and aggressive in their conversation and controlling and just defensive and argumentative. And it makes the other want to leave, makes the other want to go, makes the other person feel like, well, we're not even on a team. I don't have a word to say. Nothing I say matters. No one listens to them. I've never felt love like this before. The depth of it can be inspiring, but also overwhelming. I honestly get this is that twin flame energy from the beginning of the relationship, where you felt like this was, because it was so strong, it was so deep, there was just this connection you've never felt before, you both never felt before, because you were twin flames. You recognized, your souls recognized each other. It was like your two individual souls ignited as this one flame, right? And it was inspiring, and it was overwhelming, and it was beautiful, and it was full of love and romance. But I feel like there was these spiritual lessons to be learned, and that flame is burned out. And it's gotten unhealthy, the relationship, the connection, so much so that one wants to free themselves. I want to know everything about you, but I hold myself back from asking. I'm afraid I'll get in too deep. Interesting. My first intuitive feeling is that someone has met someone outside of the relationship and they want to get to know them, but they can't get to know them because they're in this unhealthy, toxic connection, relationship, commitment. I'm going to call it a commitment. And so they're not going to get in too deep with someone else. My other feeling is that this is part of that initial twin flame where you guys just wanted to go all in. You wanted to know everything about one another. You couldn't hold back because it was a twin flame. It was deep. It was calling. It was energetic. It was magnetizing. And neither of you held back from it. You just went all in and you both fell deep. I wish you could see that we are mirroring each other right now. I absolutely feel like this is because it's twin flames. It's mirrored energy. It's a mirrored souls. You are two of the same flame, two of the same soul, two of the same people. You guys are probably very similar, very similar. But there also could be some very small major differences. Like I said, age, right? Ethnicity. I'm assessing past life wisdom. It's helping me understand things with a new perspective. Someone's learning spiritual lessons. Someone's going through self-development, spiritual growth, spiritual enlightenment, seeing things from a different perspective, a different point of view. And I don't think that they are liking what they see. They're seeing that they have outdated thinking. They're seeing that they've been being controlled or played, or the other person isn't all that they say they are, or has really been controlling them. And I think that is where this lack of respect is coming, because of these new perspectives, this enlightenment, these revelations they're having. I feel like out of respect, the person that's having these aha moments wants to have a heart-to-heart conversation, and the other's really shutting it down. They're probably in fear of seeing that the other person's growing, that they're changing, that they're probably in fear that the other's going to leave, that they're going to walk away. They're in fear that, oh my shit, they've found me out. They see that I'm not all I say I am. They see that I've been controlling them. They see that, you know, whatever it is. I feel like someone has angels, ancestors, spirit guides watching over, making sure that these spiritual lessons are being acknowledged. You are projecting your own fears and limitations onto me. Go within to understand that you are seeing yourself, not me. I think this is the controlling one, the manipulative one that's projecting fears on this person. You can't leave. You'll never be able to make it. Oh, you can't live without me. I pay all the bills. Or how are you going to take all your stuff and go somewhere else? You'll never. It's all their controlling and manipulative things that they've been doing all this time, projecting fears and limitations on you, or vice versa. I feel like it's you, Aquarius, making you in fear that you're not good enough or you can't make it. Just have this lack of confidence, which creates you to stay and stagnant and not move, and just repeating the cycle, this push pull, right? And so someone escapes to an addiction to try to not have to deal with this. Please send me energetic support. Use the frequency of love to uplift me, because I need your help. I honestly feel like this is just the spirit guides. This is you asking your spirit guides, right? Angels, ancestors, loved ones who's passed on, God, the universe, to just please send me synchronicities. Please send me signs. Please help guide me. Please make sure I make the right decision and do what's best for me and my family, and help me through this situation. I'll take the spiritual lesson. Just teach me. Help me. Uplift me. Help me out of this addiction, because you're stuck, you're lost, you're stagnant, you're using other escapism, you're sabotaging yourself, the situation, your love life, your family maybe. And it's time to work on it. It's time to get things back in order. I'm seeing synchronicities, thank you, Spirit, like your name or 1111, and working out what they mean. I feel like this is the other person that has been met on the outside that you're not allowing in yet, but that you're interested in, or a person like a family member, loved ones that's passed on. Like you're seeing their name, you're seeing 1111, and you're looking into what these meaning, what these signs, what these synchronicities are that you feel like are being sent to you, are helping guide you. This is the energetic support that you've been praying for. You see a little sign, you see something you think means something, you look it up, and it's helping you gain a new perspective. It's helping you heal. It's helping you assess your spiritual ancestors' past life wisdom, their wisdom. It's helping guide you. It's helping you see things in a new light. I long for your kisses and your touch. Interesting. I feel like this is for some of you who do have someone that you are interested in or is interested in you on the outside that you're not really getting involved with, but you know that there's this you know that there's this interest in one another, right? This attraction, this chemistry, but you just aren't going to go there. Create a toxic situation or environment, but you think about it, or they think about it often. I don't feel deserving, and it's affecting my levels of abundance and openness. I feel like this is the person that's been being controlled and manipulated, Aquarius. You possibly is what I'm thinking. It's like it's affected your self-confidence, right? It's like this fear-based thinking. I'm not good enough. I'm never going to be able to make it. They're right. What am I thinking? Always being guarded. Never know. This person knows everything and has all the answers. So I really feel like it's drained you. Made you feel, like you're not deserving. It's affected your levels of self-confidence, prosperity, and abundance, what you could have done with yourself, with your life. I feel like this person is kind of held you back. I want to say energy vampire. Or they take what they get from you. They use you in ways, I don't know. They have you do a lot, or we need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. So for those of you who do have someone on the outside who is interested in you and you are interested in, it's like you guys are just needing to wait, and you both understand that it's not the right time. It's not divine timing. There's no way it could work right now. There's just too much going on. You're still in a long-term committed relationship, although it's toxic, not working out regardless. There's definitely no third-party involvement. There just might be like this little bit of attraction or something with someone, or like I said, this likability, but I don't think it's been acted upon in any way. I feel like when or if, Aquarius, you separate from this connection, this committed relationship, this marriage, whatever it is, long-term committed partnership, and after you take some personal time alone to be alone and heal and grow and just be alone, I feel like maybe you would move into this other connection, because I feel like they do long for you and they do want to be with you, but you're just not anywhere near being ready for entertaining them or, that connection in any way. Aquarius, I hope you got some sort of message, clarification, guidance from this. Please let me know in the comments if it resonated, how it resonated, if you liked it. Sounds like this is, maybe more for the few rather than for the masses, but anyways, I'd love to hear. Please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And Aquarius, thank you for being here. I will see you next week.